are people that think if you did that and you defended yourself, you should be in jail. And they will do everything in their power to make that happen. So, very good, Amy. I like the way you think. You're thinking ahead and seeing what pitfalls there are in being a gun owner.
Natural diamond stud earrings in America. Everybody knows gold and diamond prices are crazy right now. Gold at the highest price in history. That means lucky for you, Steven Singer has locked in his diamond studs at the old prices. Steven has diamond studs available from a quarter carat all the way up to 10 carats total weight, all at the same perfect price as last year. Same incredible value. There's no better time to get a pair of diamond stud earrings from Steven Singer Jewelers. Yes, this can't last forever. Each pair eye flawless, near colorless, beautiful stuff. They come with a safety silicone box, so you never have to worry about losing them. Oh, and with his unbeatable full-time value lifetime trade-in. You know your diamonds are always worth what you pay, all backed by the best guarantee in the jewelry business. It's a full 100-day, 100% no-hassle money-back guarantee, plus fast-free shipping. Experience the difference at Steven Singer Jewelers. Online at IHateStevenSinger.com. That's IHateStevenSinger.com.
It's the Anthony Cumia Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Good evening, everybody. It is the Anthony Cumia Show. Another Sunday evening. Look at that. And thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. So much has gone on over the past week, and we come here every Sunday to dish it out. Yes, we do. And first off, kind of a breaking story in New York. Jets cornerback Chris Boyd shot in Midtown Manhattan.
Let's take the gun.
I don't mean to sound,
My blades are ready.
But it's New York. It is New York. He was, I guess, out with friends, maybe. It was 2 a.m. right around 38th Street and 7th Avenue, which is, isn't
Let's take the gun for a spin.
Midtown Manhattan.
I love the smell of
Right in the cinema. He was shot in the abdomen, taken to the hospital. He's in serious condition. And you know, this is New York. I don't mean to make people paranoid or want people to think that you have to be paranoid. You walk around New York City wondering where the shot's going to come from or where the pipe is going to be laid across your head. But you do have to keep your eyes open, your head on the and pay attention. Don't be on your phone. Don't talk to
I was born for this job.
anyone who thinks they're going to make a new friend in Midtown Manhattan at 2 a.m. in 2025, you're out of your gourd. There are no friends to be had. You're not finding someone who goes, I can't believe it, 2 a.m. New York City, and this guy is into the same hobbies I am. No one out at that hour is up to anything. Probably the most innocent people are leaving bars and places hammered, and that's not a good thing either. But you know what? What are you doing? And this guy, he's a football player. He's got a pretty good career, I guess. I don't know much about him. But why are you? He got into an altercation with another gentleman, and that gentleman shot him. You can't afford to have any pride when you're walking around in New York City. Don't think you can stand up for yourself or get into some kind of an altercation with somebody, because the odds that they might do something to you, either assault you or shoot you and kill you, whatever, it's not out of the question, that's for sure. So what is he doing? Getting into some type of argument with a man at 2 in the morning, Midtown Manhattan, and he gets himself
We've
shot.
got a lot of work to do.
The other thing, obviously, is that New York City hates letting people defend themselves. We've seen this before.
Gun barrels cooled
The
and
Second
ready.
Amendment is just not viable in New York City, especially. New York State's tough enough,
I love the
but New York
gun
City,
barrels.
good luck.
Let's take
They
the
went to
guns
court.
for a spin.
The Supreme Court
I
actually
was
ruled
born
that
for this job.
the way New York City was
More processors
you-
gun barrels cooled
they didn't
and
have to
ready.
give you a
Let's
pistol
take the
permit.
guns for a spin.
You could fill out all the paperwork, jump through all their
pressure
hoops,
stabilized.
pass it with
This
flying
is
colors,
life.
never had any, not even a traffic ticket. And they could turn around and go, no, nope, you don't need one. Well, I don't think
Position and depth.
the
Boomer
Constitution
system operational.
is based on what we need. These are God-given rights that we have. How could you tell me I am not allowed
Dude, I'm clicking on the fucking thing.
to exercise my Second Amendment right
Fuck off.
in your fair city? So that went on for quite some time, but the Supreme Court finally ruled that they can't do that. So people with New York State pistol permits were now able to go into New York City. You used to have to get an attachment. It's called. I lived out on Long Island for many years. I wanted to be able to carry a gun in New York City when I worked,
We get real
and I had to
dirty out
pay
here.
thousands and thousands of dollars and jump through so many hoops, and every single traffic ticket I had gotten my entire life had to be documented.
Let's take the guns for a
And
spin.
I needed knowledge as to how those traffic violations were disposed of. What happened there? Oh, I paid a fine. Everything. And if you get something wrong, they deny you, and you go back on the bottom of the 1 year long waiting list.
Guns
So
ready.
I went through all this. I hired a lawyer to do it for me. The lawyer wound up getting in trouble many years later for bribing the officials at the One Police Plaza that was going to give out the pistol permits. So the whole thing was corrupt anyway. That's probably where my thousands of dollars I paid the lawyer went to, was bribing the officials to get my permit. Whatever the case may be, I did get my permit. I was allowed to carry in New York City, which no one was illegal. There were plenty of people carrying. They're called criminals. They're thugs. They're violent felons. They're allowed. Not really allowed, but no one does much about it. And that's most likely who shot Chris Boyd of the New York Jets late last night. So, you know, they don't want you protecting yourself. They always say that if you allow people to carry firearms, that it's going to be the Wild West. You know what the Wild West had? It was called Colt 45s, pistols. They were What used to be Colt 45? People would go, what does that mean? Why are you calling a deadly weapon a peacemaker? Because it gave you equal power to anyone else that had a peacemaker, facsimile thereof. So there was a certain balance of power, a détente in place, and you know, the government are the first people that start screaming that you don't need weapons. It just makes things more violent, and more people get shot, and that's just not true. And the government itself, back in, during the Cold War, there was a balance of power, a détente with the Soviet Union, the United States. Mutually assured destruction. You're pointing nuclear missiles at each other. Both sides know that if they jump the gun and try something, the other side is just going to do what they do.
I'm not a handyman.
And the peacekeeper in the Old West was based on that. And these days, an armed population is a polite population. And I'm talking about
goddamn.
legal, law-abiding citizens.
You're right there, dude. You
Right.
goddamn fucking retarded.
You more. Like I said, the Supreme Court said, well, you have to allow people to have a state permit to carry guns in New York City. And they went, oh, okay. And then they put up gun restriction zones, which completely negated your ability to be able to carry a gun in New York City. Times Square, one of the worst places in New York City for crime, assaults, and murders. And you are not allowed to carry a concealed weapon, even if you have a permit, in any part of Times Square. If somehow you're found out, you have that weapon on you, you have a New York State license, in the city, the Supreme Court said you carry in New York City, you will go to jail. You will go to jail. And they put those restrictions all over New York. You can't be within a certain distance of a school, of a courthouse, federal building. And you look at a map of New York and realize those are overlapping places. The circle around the school overlaps with the circle around the federal building. Colleges and churches and everything else. So they've effectively told the Supreme Court to shove it. And by doing that, have told you
Sell the fucking thing.
that your rights don't matter, that you can shove it. And it's still in court. It's still going through court, but they will continue their never-ending assault on your rights. And they keep getting away with it. They make more restrictions, and it does not allow you to be on equal footing with people that want to be you. You have a woman, baby.
Go over there, you fucking stop.
Like our cult. An older gal that wouldn't last a second in a physical altercation to stop some of these criminal monsters roaming the street. You give her a gun, she trains, go to the range, train, do everything you're legally obligated to do, and morally obligated to do, and socially obligated to do, to make sure you are very good, if I may use the term, very well trained in firearms. And now, that woman can never be put in a position, never, it sure is a rare occurrence, but she's going to be put in a position where she cannot defend herself against any adversary. New York State, New York City said, nope, go screw. We don't care about your safety. We just don't care. So, that's where you're at, New York. Good luck. So we'll see what happens with Jeff cornerback, Chris Boyd. Just, it's going to get worse. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I think you know that. Okay, we are just getting started here. Lee, what are you doing? What else are you doing? We'll be right back.
It's the Anthony Cumia Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. It's the Anthony Cumia Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Welcome back. The phone number here, if you want to dive into any of the topics we talk about, 800-848-9222. 800-848-9222. And, yeah, like I said, lots going on. There's a story that this should be one of the biggest stories that I was heard this week. It involves Jeffrey Epstein. We've heard a lot about this Epstein-Trump connection. I read some ridiculous tweet by author Stephen, another one who has just destroyed his legacy. He went from, it's kind of fun, author of horror, the macabre, And now he's just a jackass. So he was talking about the Epstein thing. If Trump has nothing to hide as far as the Jeffrey Epstein thing goes, why won't he release all the paperwork and the files attached to it? And I was thinking, well, if Trump did have something linking him to Epstein and his island girls and all that, why didn't the Biden administration put out that? They had them. They had them just like Trump supposedly has them. And you know damn well they would do anything to prevent Trump from becoming president in the 2024 election.
Excellent.
So why didn't they pull it out? Well, there's a couple of things there you could speculate about. Maybe everyone is tainted. Maybe every single politician and judge and actor and everyone somehow was mixed up with Jeffrey Epstein. It certainly seems that way. It really does seem that way. Every new piece of information we get is, oh, this person had something going on with Jeffrey Epstein. And then this one. So, you know, the mainstream media hating Trump is trying to make a link there. And look, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm a Trump supporter, but I can't sit here with any certainty and say that Trump had no relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. He did nothing wrong in any of his meetings or times that he was on Jeffrey Epstein's plane or whatever. I don't know. How the hell would I know? And also, how the hell would you know? Because a lot of people like saying, oh, he's this, he's that, they throw the pedophile word around, he's a criminal. You don't know either. So keep it real and you can wait and see. But this story isn't speculation. This happened. We got this wonderful U.S. House of Representatives member, Miss Plaskett. Yes, Yuris documents from Jeffrey Epstein's estate show the convicted sex offender appeared to be texting with a member of Congress during the 2019 House hearing with Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former personal attorney. And those messages may have influenced the lawmakers' question. This is insanity. The documents provided to Congress this week include transcripts suggesting Epstein was in direct contact with the lawmakers as the hearing unfolded. Although the transcript does not name the lawmakers, Epstein was texting during the February 2019 hearing. An analysis by the Post suggests that Stacey Plaskett, the U.S. Virgin Islands non-voting operational. What is she doing up there anyway? Why is she here? She can't vote. It's the Virgin Islands. But they get this. They match the timestamps of the messages with the video of the hearing. And the analysts concluded that Plaskett was the member of Congress in contact with Epstein. At the time, Cohen was appearing before the House Oversight Committee to testify against Trump, accusing him of racism, financial fraud, and directing hush money payments to conceal his extramarital affairs. So here's this woman, this representative of the Virgin Islands, and she's texting with Jeffrey Epstein. And Jeffrey is telling her what questions to ask Cohen during this, another one of these kangaroo court hearings, Trump executions that were all the rage back then. So, I mean, she should at the very least be thrown out. It's a useless seat. She should be thrown out. Where are the people saying that she should have to resign immediately? And I don't know what criminal charges you might be able to
Kirov reporting. Your reminding facility
connect
reporting.
to her actions there.
Over yet?
But it seems a little odd. And why was she doing it? Again, this Jeffrey Epstein guy.
For this job.
His island
Locking
is
missile
within her
coordinates.
jurisdiction, is what I hear.
Kirov report.
So what favors were these two doing for each other? That she could be sitting there during a very, very high-profile congressional hearing and taking direction from the likes of Jeffrey Epstein.
Missiles ready for launch.
This Epstein thing is a hell of a lot bigger than they're trying to present it. And they can only do so much trying to downplay how involved this guy was in our government. You know, how many people did this guy have dirt? And the fact that he commits suicide in jail, no one saw anything, guards and Rikers were asleep,
Air pressure stabilized.
camera didn't work. I mean, it is such movie level, unbelievable movie level nonsense that's going on with this Epstein thing.
Guidance
Where's this going
systems
to end
checked.
up? Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe Trump was all tied up in this. Maybe he was going to the island and doing terrible things. I don't know. But it certainly wasn't just Donald Trump. And I think that is a great excuse for the Biden administration to never have pulled these records out and tried to crucify Donald Trump with those. Oh, they tried to kill him. They tried to put him in prison. But why? Why wouldn't they pull these
Locking
files
missile
out
coordinates.
that show that Donald Trump was doing terrible things with Jeffrey Epstein on that island?
Boomer systems
Because
operational.
we know the Clintons are somehow tied up in it. There's a painting of Bill Clinton in that red dress with
Boomer
high heels
systems
on.
operational.
All right, we're going to return in mere moments. Our phone lines are full, and we will take
Boomer
your
systems
calls next.
operational.
It's the Anthony Cumia Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Foreman here.
It's the Anthony Cumia Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Yes, it is the Anthony Cumia Show.
Boomer systems operational.
And, yeah, we got some calls here. Let's talk to Al. Al from Yonkers. What's up, Al?
Hey, Anthony, nice to speak to you, and thanks for taking my call. You know, sure. I just want to say with, President Trump, just a couple things quickly. I know you got a lot of calls. You got a great show. I just wanted to say, I'm sure, like President Trump said, if they really had anything on him with this, they would have brought it out and exploited it already. Because, President Trump, since I was a kid, in the 1980s, everybody knew Donald Trump with the book Art of the Deal. And he's, always been around New York City, in all the social circles and all. So, but my point is, I just want to say that with Jeffrey Epstein, his last cellmate, who was an ex-cop, he was from Yonkers. He's actually, I had met him once as an acquaintance basis in the 1980s, because he actually was from this neighborhood. And I'll always remember the guy. Yonkers was a different city then.
Wasn't Son of Sam also from
Yeah, he was right near my house. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'll never forget that for the rest of my life when they called Son of Sam, because it was the summer of '77. You had the Yankees, you had Son of Sam, you had the primary for mayor where Dave Dean was beat out by cops.
Right.
You had, it was just crazy something. But getting back to the guy who was from yeah, the big blackout for all the looting in Harlem, out Bushwick, and those, all those neighborhoods burned. Yeah, really cool. But the guy who was his last cellmate was from Yonkers. I had met him years ago in like 80s and acquaintance basis. And I'll always remember the guy. His name was Nick Territtorial. He was a big guy. He always had a beautiful car. And at the time, Yonkers was less diversified. It was mostly, my area was mostly Italian, Irish American. Now it's more Hispanic, which is a good thing. Diversification is always good. But I know Nick Territtorial, the roommate of, cellmate of Jeffrey Epstein, he got jammed up himself. And he had lost his job as a riot cop because he had violated the civil rights. The courts had come to the conclusion, and I think the municipality had to pay out some money for what he did to his actions.
How does it tie? Let's tie it into the Trump thing or Epstein thing. Like, you know, get to the point.
Oh no, yeah, no. I just wanted to say that the guy was actually he was from Yonkers.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that, Al. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Oh, thank you. You need to click that. Back in the studio.
Repair.
I was wondering where that was going. Right, all right, the guy, he's in the cell with Epstein. Did he say anything about Trump? Or he's like, nope, he's from Yonkers. All right, he's from Yonkers. Amy, how you doing from Jersey? What's up?
Hi, how you doing, Anthony? I really enjoy your show. I'm a little bit nervous. Being in Jersey, everybody, you know, I have my firearms permit, and everybody's like, oh, when are you going to get your concealed carry? When are you going to get your concealed carry? I said, I'm never going to get it here in Jersey because, like I told your call screener, as soon as you pull that trigger, Anthony, I'll become the criminal.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Everything you've done, said, every political affiliation you've had, every vote you've made, every comment now that you make on social media will now be in front of a courtroom trying to paint you as a horrible person, racist, whatever else they pull up. Once you fire your gun, even in the most, if it's self-defense, and it isn't even a question about self-defense, you have to defend your life in court. You did it out there. You were successful defending your life with a firearm. Now, a whole new chapter of your life. Your life will never be the same. And not only because maybe you're faced with some moral implications of taking a life that you have to deal with for the rest of your life, but now you're fighting for your freedom. Because there are people that think if you did that and you defended yourself, you should be in jail. And they will do everything in their power to make that happen. So, very good, Amy. I like the way you think. You're thinking ahead and seeing what pitfalls there are in being a gun owner, and especially carrying a weapon with you on the street, not just in your house. That's why I always say, the second you put a gun on your hip and you go outside, you have to leave your pride home. You have to leave any part of your personality that is confrontational. If you do get into some type of road rage incident, you just have to wave and go, I'm sorry. There are so many things that come with being a responsible gun owner. And having a violent personality, being somebody that gets into conflicts, you are the wrong person to be out there. You have to walk away from conflicts. Even if you gotta bite your tongue, damn it, I know I'm right, or this piece of crap deserves whatever it gets. You can't take that with you when you're carrying a gun.
Yeah, not even like, even just, back in the day, you'd be able to give somebody the finger, they cut you off from the car. Not even down here in South Jersey. I don't even do that anymore. Just, all right, you just go do what you got to do. Because you never know if somebody's got, like a criminal, somebody like you said in the city who just would carry it. And the common person can't. They could have one in their car and they could pull it on you. It's happened down here.
And they don't care. They really don't. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for
Position
calling.
and depth. Checking
Yeah,
currents.
it's
They'll never see it coming.
it's strange because
Locking
you
missile
better know damn well that your life was in imminent
Locking missile
danger of
coordinates.
being taken.
Torpedo.
For you to pull a gun out legally and use it to defend yourself or your loved ones.
Standing by.
There's no brandishing. There's no pulling it out and go, hey, take a walk. Yeah, you don't do that. It is, if you are in a situation where you are in imminent danger, because anything less than that, and boy, are you going to be on a roller coaster that could end up in prison. More likely these days than any other time in American history. Like I said, there are people in power, judges, district attorneys, citizens that'll be on that jury that have no want or need for the Second Amendment or for people to have the ability to use deadly physical force when deadly physical force is against them at some point. So, yeah, it's a battle. I tell everybody also, you've got to get insurance. They want to, a lot of these anti-gun organizations, liberal
Deep sea vessel standing
organizations
by.
that want to take away people's freedom and the right to bear arms. They talk about mandatory insurance. They want people to have it because any obstacle to throw into people's way. I can't afford insurance. Well, then you can't afford a gun. Anything they could do to put a speed bump in the way in between a citizen and their Second Amendment rights, they will do it. But I implore people to get insurance, because the second that bullet leaves that barrel, you are in for the fight of your life, and it is going to cost a lot of money. Talk about a catastrophic illness, and you have to go to the hospital and you don't have insurance, and you're in debt the rest of your life. Yeah, same thing once you fire that gun. You will be broke. You may go to prison. Even if you don't go to prison and are acquitted, you are going to, your entire life is thrown up. Try to get jobs as the guy that was up on a murder charge and you're acquitted. And the money, the lawyers, and everything else. So yeah, a good insurance policy, and there are companies out there that underwrite people, armed citizens, just in case something wrong. You won't fix everything, but you sure as hell don't want to end up fighting that battle. What's in your bank account? That's for sure. And nowadays, like I've talked about all the time, I would have to maybe double think, triple think what I was doing, which is very dangerous in a situation where you're faced with a life-threatening prospect. You don't want to have to think. You want to react, but I have so much dirt out there, especially in the context of comedy. Lest you forget, I was a shock jock back in the late 90s, first half of the 2000s. Shocking. So, of course, a lot of the jokes that were made were sexist,
My tools are
and
yours.
racist, homophobic, Islamophobic. They'd all be considered that. But it was all under the umbrella of, yeah, you're a wacky disc jockey, shock jock guy. Well, watch how fast everything you said is taken in the context of absolute seriousness and gospel. Did you, Anthony Cumia, did you not say that Obama gonna take Ant's money and give it all up to me in a song? Yes, Your Honor, I did, but it was all funny. Just answer the question. Yeah. So you got baggage. You have all that baggage that you're carrying around with you that can and will be used against you in a court of law. So be careful. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Be careful out there. You don't know. You know, there is a Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. And obviously carrying a firearm is great power. And the responsibility is doing everything in your power to never have to use it. It's not a toy, obviously. It's not a showpiece. It's not something that you use to threaten people or get your way or show someone that you're bigger than them. That is all trouble. All complete trouble. You know, I used to have insane road rage. I mean insane. I scared the crap out of Opie when I used to drive in for the Opie and Anthony show from Long Island. And he would drive one day, I would drive the next, or he would drive 1 week, and I'd drive the other one going to WNEW in New York. And there were times he would just be cowering in the passenger seat because I would lose my mind driving in New York City.
Let's clear the air.
Once you're an armed citizen, you got to put that away. You got to put road rage to bed. And believe me, you can't not be angry and get road rage, especially driving in New York City. There are videos of me on YouTube from many years ago. One of which is, I guess it was the NBC The Today Show. You know, they did that outside segment, and celebrities would be go from their limousine to the building where the show is going to be. I think it was Michael Bublé. And he was getting out of his limo, and all these photographers they would park in the middle of the street and try to get a picture of Michael Bublé. And I was stuck in that traffic jam. And you see the interview going on with Michael Bublé at the door, and you hear my car horn beeping and me yelling obscenities on, an NBC morning show. It was hilarious. But, yeah, that's how angry I would get. And, like I said, big power, great responsibility. You can't be a wannabe tough guy and have a gun. You got to be the guy that walks away. You got to be Kane.
Loading up the belt.
Just, he fought every week.
Mobile
He was Mr.
Construction
Peaceful
Center.
guy, but he fought every week.
Faster and faster.
But, yeah, you just got to walk away from comedy. It's terrible sometimes.
Let's transfer
You don't want to get caught up in
ready.
all right, people?
I love the smell of gunpowder.
A good friend here calls every week. Joaquin from PA. What's up, man?
Good evening, Mr. Cumia. Hey, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, right?
There you go, man.
And know when to run.
Let's transfer
There you go.
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be strict with the details. I got a question with it. How single action Army 45 was actually called the Peacemaker, something I'm very, very familiar with. So, it's Peacemaker, not the Peacemaker. But,
Oh, I thought I said Peacemaker. I didn't say Peacemaker?
No, you said Peacekeeper.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Thank you.
I'm sorry to be a smart ass. Anyway, you know, in New York City, you can't even carry, you know, your station advertising burn purple ball guns. And guess where? They're not legal. They're not legal in New York City. You know, so people have no
Building
options.
the Soviet Empire.
And you know, and then of course I also want to move on to the other thing about Trump. Yeah, Prince Albert McCann, right? He was dethroned or whatever. You know, so there's so many people involved in this. And then there's even Bill Barr's father, who had the ties to the OSS, who gave Epstein one of his first jobs. So there's stuff that goes really deep into that murky water.
Yeah, I think, you know, just the sheer weight of this whole thing, it's the reason no one wants to put these out, regardless of what side you're on. If you were on the left or the right, and you knew you had documentation that can really smear somebody that you want smeared, why would you put it out unless also, you know, your name's on there, people you know, people that don't want their name out there. It really is the only viable reason why we're not seeing what supposedly exists.
You know, and I would like to get to Islam while I'm on the air.
I would love to right now, but we might have to save that. I got to go to break, Joaquin. I'm sorry, but the call is going to be cut short. But you got to do it. We'll be back in moments. Don't go away.
It's the Anthony Cumia Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. It's the Anthony Cumia Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
The Anthony Cumia Show, and you know, maybe at the studio we can queue up Clown of the Week, because this I have to appoint this woman indeed Clown of the Week.
The Anthony Cumia Show presents the Clown of the Week.
Yes, she's made an appearance as Clown of the Week a couple of times over the course of my 10 years so far. I'm certain she will return again as Clown of the Week in the future. You might think this is somebody else, but it is AOC. AOC, she has been... I've seen a lot of Democrats, and especially the real wacky ones, like Jazzy McConnell and Liz Warren. AOC thinks that Trump supporters are coming over to their side, to their way of thinking. Socialist, liberal, Democrat. I don't know where they are getting this from. This is so not happening. I know a lot of people. I speak to a lot of people. And I don't know of a single Trump supporter that has what they're calling buyer's remorse. Dave Smith. He has said that he regrets pushing Trump and supporting him. But other than that, everyone I know, my friends, family, people I talk to on the phones, on this very show, and on my podcast, I haven't heard one Trump supporter go, oh boy, I certainly wish I would have voted for Kamala Harris. Not a one. But AOC thinks that the Trump supporters are coming there, and look, she is willing to embrace them, and you know, says we shouldn't chase away these people that don't like Trump anymore. This is such nonsense. AOC,
I want to say this right now. I fully welcome Trump voters into our coalition. And I know that sounds crazy to some people, but just hear me out. I cannot tell you. It just happened to me like 2 weeks ago. I can't tell you how many times someone has pulled me aside and said either I was once a big Trump voter and Trump supporter, and I watched Fox News every day, but then I started to kind of expand my world and where I got information, and now I've learned, and now I've changed, and I'm with you, and I learn from you. Or people who meet me who are really big Republicans now, and they are shocked when they meet me because they're like, you are nothing like I was told you are. And you start to see the box turning, that maybe everything that they had been told from this one channel or this one ecosystem isn't the whole truth. And it is enough to spark a curiosity that makes people want to go down a longer journey of learning.
Oh, AOC, you dimwit. First of all, if anyone came up to her and said, you know, I stopped watching Fox News because, what is this, 2016? No Trump supporter worth their salt puts any credence in Fox News. You watch Fox News for Gutfeld. He's funny. The comics are funny. As far as news goes, no, who's watching that anymore? These dummies like AOC and the liberals and the Democrats, they still think that Fox News is this thing that Trump supporters watch and they're brainwashed by it. No, we stopped that. The second they started calling the race for Joe Biden in the 2020 election, and something seemed a little off. We started looking at Fox News like it was just like CNN and MSNBC and network, all the network stations, just another one of these lying news agencies. That's all. So for her to say this Trump supporter came up and said, yeah, I don't watch Fox News anymore. 2016. And then the other stuff, you know, you don't seem like the person that they talk about. Yeah, I'm really into your policies. Here's something I need AOC to do. As far as you are a congressional 10, you're not shabby in any rating, any attractiveness rating scale. You're very good. You got them big. You know what I mean? And you know, she's attractive. She's getting a little beefy, but she's still very attractive. Does this woman know what guys will say to try to get in your pants? That they agree with you? That we used to be Trump supporters, but now AOC, I agree with you. And please embrace me in your politics. Well, anyway, embrace me in any way you want. She doesn't understand. Guys will say anything to try to have sex with you. Even to the point of disavowing the president that they voted for, supported, and still absolutely support AOC. Oh, you're so naive, AOC. What a dunce. All right. Back in a couple of minutes, your calls, a lot more stories on the Anthony Cumia Show. Where are you going? Nowhere.
It's the Anthony Cumia Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. It's the Anthony Cumia Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Yes, the Anthony Cumia Show. And, you know, the parade of mayors that are just clown shoes in this country is astounding. A lot of people like talking about red states and how the red states are the ones with the most gun violence. The red states are the ones that have more people on EBT and SNAP benefits. The red states. What they don't do is let people know that it's the blue cities in those red states that are the catastrophe going on. It's not the states, it's these blue cities with these mayors that are just how they do not get arrested for gross misconduct, negligence of their duties is beyond me. And an Anthony Cumia show would not be complete any day without having to bring up Chicago's Mayor Johnson. This guy has to be the worst mayor. Now we'll see what happens with Mamdani in New York. Technically, well, not technically, literally, he is not mayor yet until January 1st. But right now, I defy you to find a mayor worse than Chicago Mayor Johnson, because this guy would rather stack up the bodies of young people in Chicago than do anything realistically that will curtail the violent crime and murder going on in his city. He will look at real solutions and just go, nope, pile them up, stack them up, don't care. I'm not going to make law enforcement look like they actually serve a legitimate purpose. I can't allow the Chicago Police Department to do their job, because then if it works, how am I going to tell people that the police department are terrible and racist and should be defunded? He will do anything but actually take the hard steps that are needed to try anything to stop the carnage that goes on in Chicago. So that's, if you're in Chicago, that's your mayor, that's Mayor Johnson. And we thought Lori Lightfoot was an abomination.
This will be a secret.
You got it. And then, this happens everywhere in these blue cities, and some of them are statewide with their congressmen and senators. But,
standing by.
you just vote these people in. You got rid of Lori Lightfoot. Good job. And then you vote in a guy even worse than Lori Lightfoot. What are you doing? What am I doing? You guys are screwing up so bad in Chicago. So, maybe I'm speaking a little premature. I have in my hand another one of Chicago Mayor Johnson's solution to the violence problem going on in Chicago. Now, you might say, Anthony, what problem is there? What seems to be the problem in Chicago? Well, this story is interesting and pretty typical of Chicago. There's a serial woman puncher. How this is even a thing. A serial woman puncher has been arrested again. William Livingston, 32, charged with 2 felony counts of aggravated battery in a public place. Police say Livingston was identified as the man who struck 2 women, aged 40 and 29, on June 12. He previously spent time in jail for punching several other women. Kathleen Miles, a mother of 11 from Lakewood Village, was punched on August 19th. Livingston was named a suspect and taken into custody. CPD records show he had 7 arrests in the past 10 years for similar attacks, including 2 in 2017, an aggravated assault charge in 2015 and 2016. Coming in with 7 punches. It's William Livingston, 32, says, "Dear Casey, I love punching women." He faced 4 felony counts of aggravated battery for the early 2022 attack. So here's Chicago's problem, and it's not unique to Chicago. Any liberal Democrat city can show you similar statistics. They just let these people go. they let them go.
Let the
These are
missiles fly.
violent felons. This isn't the, oh, why would a guy arrested for a couple of roaches in his ashtray have to go to prison? And everyone agreed with that. I think any rational person would go,
will be proud.
if you get arrested for 2 roaches in your ashtray during a traffic stop, and somehow end up in jail, by the way, that never happened.
Blocking missile
Then yeah,
coordinates.
you should be let go. There was some miscarriage of
Adjusting
justice.
rudder. Guidance systems checked.
But that isn't the case. That's what they sold all of this bail reform on. And putting people, giving them probation and paroling criminals, violent criminals. It was all under this, hey, this guy had a joint or 2 on him. He's a good guy. Why are we locking him up? And everyone went,
Let
oh,
the missiles
okay.
fly.
And then they just
They'll
flung the
never
doors
get
open and are letting violent
Missiles ready for launch.
felons roam the streets. And they get arrested again, they let them out. Arrested again, they let them out. For the same thing, beating women. I thought we were a chivalrous nation. I thought we looked at women with respect, honored them, and kept them safe. Isn't that a man's job?
All ahead.
To keep women safe.
Adjusting rudder.
And then you got Mayor Johnson in Chicago that just refuses to do some of the most common sense actions to make Chicago safe. So here is, let me read this to you. It's the community safety surcharge that he is going to try. At least he's proposed it. He wants this. This, my friend.